right, so I am up here at Indian Lake. There's a couple of different entry points. This one's pretty cool because it has the stone columns on the side, and it has a big steel beam that has Indian Lake, and then their symbol kind of engraved in there. But that's not what I'm here to talk about today. Talk about 5 worst things about living here. Yeah, if you can even believe it, there are actually a couple of things that are not good. So the first thing is snow. So you may be looking around and thinking, wow, it's awfully green. But let me tell you, it is July. So these are the 2 hot months, July and August. It's about 10 degrees colder here than it is Pittsburgh. So if you come up here in September, October, November, December, January, February, and March, you have a much higher opportunity to see snow, whether that's bone-piercing snow or just that slushy, warm type of snow than you do if you're almost anywhere else. Because you gotta keep in mind, we are up here in the mountains as well. And the second thing, and I kind of already mentioned it, is there's only 2 really good months out of 12 that you can use as far as the water being warm enough. Now, as I said in other videos, and I'll say in future videos, tons of things to do up here. But if one of the things that you're interested in is water sports, like actually getting in the water, you really need to have 2 months, and that is July and August, whenever it's super, super hot. Okay, the third worst thing about living at Indian Lake is, you know, if you're on the lake, like with a boat, there really isn't anything to pull up to. So for instance, I live down in Pittsburgh, and we have rivers. We pull the boat up to a variety of different things: food, restrooms, alcohol, partying, whatever, restaurants. At Indian Lake, I call it BYOF, bring your own fun. So that's why they have pontoon boats. Pack everything on, coolers full of beer, food, everything else, and then you have your fun, because the lake is not, does not have anything on it where you can just pull up to and tie up your boat, have lunch, have dinner, and then go off to enjoy the rest of your day. Okay, so the 4th worst thing about living at Indian Lake you are gonna find is it just flipped from an extreme buyer's market. I mean, I could barely get properties to sell up here, sometimes 100 grand under list, to an extreme seller's market. And that is because of COVID-19. People are moving out of the city to the suburbs in droves. People are moving from the suburbs all the way out into the country or the second home market like Indian Lake in droves. So that means demand has gone up. Listen, there's only so much inventory. I can tell you now, there's no new construction up here. Now, if there is new construction that you see, that's because an owner like yourself or myself bought the lot and hired somebody to build a house for us to live on. There's not a lot of lots up here. There's no public sewer. So even if you do get one, you got to make sure it does something called perk. The lot must perk. Google it. I'm not going to get into it today, but again, there's not a lot of new construction, so that means there's only so many houses. So we are seeing this extreme surge in 2020. Fast forward to 2021, 2022, there's probably gonna be hardly any inventory because there is a backlog of inventory over the last couple of decades trying to sell up here, and now everybody's buying. So that inventory is gonna dwindle and go away, and there's not gonna be hardly anything. And the 5th worst thing about living at Indian Lake, this may be a bad thing, this may be a good thing. You are pretty far away from civilization. So I'm kind of spoiled. I live in the city, and even before that, I lived in the suburbs, ran out of toothpaste, ran out of milk, I need to get gas for the lawnmower, the boat, whatever. I just jump in my car and 10, 15 minutes, I'm there. When you're in Indian Lake, it's not terribly far, it's not hours away, but it's not as convenient than if you were in the suburbs or the city or something like that. Listen, it's really not that terrible. I had to really struggle to find the worst things about living in Indian Lake, but those are my 5 worst things. So do me a favor, if you want to keep seeing more Indian Lake videos 2020 and beyond, hit the subscribe button, tap the bell, make sure you get all notifications. Anytime I post a video, you'll be notified. Thanks for joining me.